Hi, this is a quick tutorial with regards to opening SVG files in ScanNCut Canvas. Somebody contacted me recently and said that they'd downloaded some free files from the internet, but they couldn't get them to open in the Canvas software. So if you encounter this problem with any SVG file, you might want to try what I'm now going to show you. I've tested this out on a few different cutting files and it's worked every time. I can't guarantee it will work for you, but it may be a workaround. So I've got an SVG file on my desktop and I'm in Canvas and I'm in a new project and I'm going to try and open the file. So I'm going to go to Project, Import SVG. I'm going to go to my desktop and choose the SVG cutting file and click Open and wait and see if it works. Okay, so it won't open the file. So if you get this message, it says here, the file contains too many lines and cannot be converted. Okay, so what you need to do is open your SVG file in Inkscape. So I'm going to go to Inkscape and I'll put a link to Inkscape in the box below. It's a free program available off the net. It works on Windows and it works on Mac because I work on a Mac and it's running now. This is what I'm using to show you. So we'll go to File, Open. I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to find that SVG file that just wouldn't open a minute ago in Canvas and say open and bring it in. And I'm just going to drag this page up a bit more so you can see it, hopefully. And you can see there's 4 cutting files here, but if I click on them, these are all individual little tiny bits. So there's a lot of detail here. What you need to do is select each one of these designs separately. So I'm going to left click and drag an imaginary box around this first one. And at the bottom here I've got a black stroke on and no fill. I'm going to right click and fill it with black just so you can see what's happening. You can see all these little bits. You go to Path, Exclusion. Sorry, my screen is just jumping around a little bit. And if I click away now and click back on, you'll see this is one file. I'm going to drag an imaginary box around the next one, just to select that one. Again, I'm going to right click and fill it with black just so you can see what's happening. Path, Exclusion. And it goes from being in bits to one complete file. Do the next one. Select everything. You don't have to fill it with black, I'm just doing that so you can see what's happening on the screen. Path, Exclusion. And then the last one. Drag an imaginary box around everything. Fill it with black. Just do that again because I'm not sure if I've actually got everything. There you go. Path, Exclusion. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag an imaginary box around all 4 designs. Just get this back into the middle of my page. And I'm going to reduce them in size slightly, just so that they're on the page a little bit better. Because they are big files, you can always resize them again in Canvas or in your machine when you come to cut them. Okay, I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to keep its name, but I'm going to click at the front and I'm going to call it Copy. So I know it's the copy that I've got and I'm going to save it on my desktop so I know where it is and wait for it to appear. And then I'm just going to close that down. Now I'm back in Canvas. I'm going to go to Project, Import. Now this time, instead of importing the original one that wouldn't open, I'm going to go to my desktop and look for the copy. And there's the copy. So I'm going to choose the copy and open that. And it says copy, so I know I've got the right one, and wait. Now this may take a few minutes because there's a lot of detail in these designs. So you have to wait for the software, and hopefully, if it's worked, the file will open this time. Okay, and there it is this time, and they're all individual files. Now, one thing I would say, Canvas is a little bit fussy about cutting files being near this red bounding box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag an imaginary box around all four, and I'm going to right click and group, because you can't resize unless you group them in Canvas. And then I'm just going to shrink them down a little bit, just so they sit nicely within the red bounding box. Okay, I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to save it into Canvas. And that will save that cutting file as a ScanNCut file format for me. Again, there's a lot of detail it's got to work through, but it's done it and it says it's saved. And then I'm going to download it. Click on download, wait for it to get all the file together for me. If it says for any reason when you get to this point that something extends beyond the cutting area, what you have to do is make what's on your page here smaller, and that's why I've done it beforehand, just so I've got more. When it came in, it was up more or less touching the red bounding box all the way around, and that's why I grouped it all and shrunk it down a bit to give us a bit more room here. You can always resize these files once you get them in your ScanNCut machine. So we're just giving the software every opportunity to work for us, and hopefully in a minute it will say that yes, I can download it. There you go. So you right click on the name, choose download link file, choose a destination. I'm going to put it on my desktop. You can see it's my copy. It's got the file format on the end for the ScanNCut, and save, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. So if you get any free SVG files off the internet and you bring them into Canvas and you get the message saying that there are too many lines or you can't open the file, try what I've just showed you and hopefully it will work. Please leave me any comments or questions below, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to both my blog and my YouTube channel to keep informed of any tips or tutorials or videos that I post. Thank you.